Hey Paula. Mavish. Alex. Did I share any invitation? Hey Melissa. Hey Rosella. Mark. Kubos. How are you guys? I'm very good. How are you? Tanja. Elizabeth. You can't message the chat? Well, I'm reading your messages right now. Hey Isa. Maybe you should wanna... Hey Mickey Mouse. Paula, you should wanna go out. Hey Vicky. And then... Hey Robert. Close the live and then share again. Maybe you could restart your TikTok application. I got some annoying music in the background for the doggies so that they can sleep. Hey Erin. Hey Mindy Miller. The Sundays Lover. Hey KJ. Blushing Daisies. I'm very good. Thank you, Paula. Hey, Iris. Hey, B. I'm so tired. I've manifested my SP back and lost him over and over with my hot and cold thoughts. And he's just said that we've tried too many times now and it won't work. Look, the Sunday's Lover. It's not that he said anything, he just reflected your belief that maybe because you are on and off in your mind that it won't work because you've been on and off so many times and you do think that now it won't work, but it's just a thought. So don't take it like it's the end of the world. You should want to give yourself, you should pamper yourself and give yourself the chance to understand that no matter what you do, you're not gonna lose him. Now, I'm not encouraging you to have cold and hot thoughts about you and your relationship with him, but it doesn't mean that if you manifested him back and then you lost him again due to your thinking, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen anymore. Hey, Iris Monet. So you're being too, hey Plopsy, you're being too hard on yourself, you're judging yourself too hard, and you shouldn't do that. Hey B. So now that you've manifested him back, you know that it's perfectly possible to manifest him back. You understand? So you've done it already. Go back and do whatever you were doing before he came into your life. What were you doing? And then you lost him due to your insecurities. I understand that, but what were you doing prior to him being manifested in your reality again? Go ahead and do that and stick to that mindset, because now you can easily observe that it was only you and your specific person didn't have the free will. So this is also you showing yourself that you are indeed the creator of your reality, and that indeed your specific person doesn't get to have the free will to choose to anything. They're just reflecting you. So don't be harsh on yourself. Now you know what you need to select. Okay? Can you please explain why you often say that the 3Ds are friend? Because your 3D being your reflection, it means is a part of you, isn't it? So it's not you judging the 3D or putting your 3D against you. It's you understanding that it's your friend because it's reflecting you. And I had so much proof when many times I did have shitty thinking and the 3D was having my back. Always. Like things in the 3D worked so good even when I didn't actually think in my favor. So that what brought me to the assumption that the 3D is my friend. And if the 3D is your reflection, it's your projection, it can only be your friend. It cannot be against you. That's why, Isa. My friend told me that the 3P pops up in her mind and don't know what to do. How she get her out of her mind? Hey, Liana. Tell your, well, look, you can do it for her, Mavish, because she's in your reality and you can assume that she doesn't think about the 3P anymore. But if you want to advise your friend, just tell her that the 3P pops up in her mind because she still identifies as someone that has competition and she still believes other people out there are alive and real, and she doesn't know that she's imagining them all. Like, why would I be jealous on my shadow, on my projection, on my reflection? Because if she would understand that the 3P is just her creation, is just imagined, hallucinated by her, she wouldn't even care about the 3P because there is no real competition out there. You make the competition for yourself. I can easily get him back, but every time I self-sabotage and start worrying about how it will end. Well, the Sunday's lover, you should understand that you start worrying about how it will end, and then you get a little lost and you forget that you decide how it ends. There's nothing out there deciding for you. It's not like there is a Kinder Surprise and you see, what did I get? Hey, sent from the moon. Earrings, Monette, hey. Did you dye your hair a long time ago? Yes. The problem is I get him back and then I let myself go and go back to my old thoughts. I really did assume all the bad things he said. I know it's possible, but I'm upset with myself. Hey, Shoes. Don't be upset with yourself. It's just like you're learning how to write. You're learning how to speak. You're learning how to walk. And every mistake that, which the word mistake doesn't really actually exist because everything is working in your favor. Everything that you do, you cannot mess this up because it takes you to a different experience that leads you to a different desire that you might have wanted to manifest in the past. So everything is all connected. You will know later when you look back and you say, oh, okay, if I haven't broken up with him like 5 years ago, maybe I wouldn't have gotten this. So everything is leading you to your outcome, but you don't have only one outcome. You have so many outcomes, because if you do have only one outcome and you do focus only on manifesting your relationship and you don't focus on other areas of your life, that means your life revolves around this one desire, and this is not what you want to do, because you are all the universe. Hey, Christina Maria. So now that you know that you can understand and you cannot give in to the thoughts anymore. You go back to your old thoughts. Don't go back to your old thoughts. It's easy. It's like when you don't like something, you don't start doing it over and over again. You are more powerful than your thoughts. You don't have to give in to your thoughts. Hey, Rabia. Thank you, Rabia. My SP blocked me. Hey, Effie. My SP blocked me on social media. It doesn't matter. But I know it's 3D, so I'm patient and manifest him unblocking. Well, you want to get past that. Like unblocking for me, it's like you're focusing on a breadcrumb. You should manifest him being obsessed and worshiping you. Like unblocking is going to happen normally. When you assume that when you say that he worships you and he adores you and he's obsessed with you, it's normal that he wouldn't have you blocked. So manifesting him not to block you for me is just mocking your power and wasting your time. You can directly go to the end of manifesting him to be obsessed with you and madly in love with you and even give his life for you. Why? And because look, you say I am right not to check, just see it happening. You're gonna be in the checking mode to see did he unblock me. Why would you care? You're a fucking prize. You don't care about that. I swear your hair was white last live. I don't think it was white. I think it was more gray. Maybe, yeah. Or you haven't seen me in a long time, maybe. Hey, Adriana. What story should I tell myself? He didn't want a relationship, wished me the best. I reacted and said mean things to him. It doesn't really matter what you did, JK. It's not important. So it's not that the story you should tell yourself. You are trying to tell yourself a story based on the circumstances, but you don't change the circumstances. You change yourself, meaning you see yourself as the prize and you see yourself as the only choice, because there is only one choice in your reality and that choice is you. And then the circumstances changes itself. Like what he said doesn't really matter because it's just a projection, a reflection of your insecurities. Hey, Claudia. But if everyone is the prize, considers themselves the prize, and everyone is God, what do we do? Our realities don't intermingle. I have my own reality, which is miles away from your reality. Our realities don't intermingle. In our own reality, in our own house, we are God. But you are not God in my reality, and I'm not God in your reality. So imagine that there is a village, Isa. I gave this example before. So there's a village, and every house is separated from each other. It has its own how do you call it, garden, and you have this big fence, and you're not aware whether outside of your fence there is another world or not. You're not aware. You have your own house. You can only be aware of your house, and inside your house you are God, you are the prize, and everyone else is a hologram. So you are basically having your own dream. It's like when you dream at night, I'm the dreamer. I'm the only one real in my dream. Everyone else is a hologram. I am not aware of your existence because you don't exist in my reality. You are just a projection, the same way I am a projection in your reality. I could never be aware of your experiences from within your body. So we are gods, but our reality is separate from each other. They do not intermingle. Why did I ask you what your color was? If I say it was white, then it's white. Yeah, okay. This week I manifested no contact with my wavering. Wait. But I know it's because of me, so I try to persist and everything will be okay. Look, the thing is, with no contact, Rabia, it's also you giving yourself the peace, and you're giving yourself a break. Okay? So see it as you're giving yourself a break to regroup and to get stable in your foundation more. Hey Trinity, should I disregard thoughts about SP until correct version is experienced? You should disregard all thoughts that are not what you want in general. Not until correct version, but you should disregard all thoughts that are not what you want. You understand? Hey, the boss. Hey, CJ. Hey, Isa. My best friend has a third-party situation. What is your advice for her? Well, because your friend is part of your reality, you can also start seeing her different. And you can start seeing her as being the only choice. But what I would advise her would be understand that there is no... tell her that there is no competition, because she's the dreamer. She's the only real one there. She's the only one alive, existing. All the others are hallucinations. So how could you be jealous on your own hallucination? Or how could you believe that a hallucination could choose another hallucination when you're the only one that's creating them? If they do choose one another, is because you think that they are real and they make their own choices and they have free will. I was really feeling like the only one and only choice, and SP kissed another girl yesterday. Then the thing is that you should persist in knowing you're the only choice. You should know that, hey, this doesn't matter. You understand? It doesn't matter. Let him do what it's to do. It's not my SP. It's not the version I want. So I cannot intermingle. I cannot even pay attention to this version, because this is not the version that I desire. This is not my SP. This is his twin brother. I once told you the example of the twin brother. You are my projection of what I need to do to manifest my SP, so I'm in alignment with my desires. Yes, ID, but you know, the idea that I have about alignment, and I was confused because I was super relaxed, assuming he cannot do anything with anyone else. So, and I've been assuming this for weeks and being super sure. I don't understand. So if you've been super sure, then how come this circumstance triggered you? And you saw them kissing another girl. Did you go searching for it? Like, how did you see them kissing? Were you stalking them? Did you see them by mistake? You should you should not be emotionally involved in the game of the 3D, because you know that you're the creator, and even now you should have persisted. So if you claimed yourself to be the only choice, if you claimed yourself that you're the only one for him, what he would have done, it wouldn't have bothered you, not even an instant, because you know, yeah, right. This is a dream, this is a hallucination, I'm hallucinating you, I'm imagining you, so I don't care, I know you're mine. Are there any manifestation coaches you like on here, on YouTube? I don't actually listen to any manifestation coaches, Liana, but I like the way Laws talks and the way Manifesting with Kimberly talks. No, I didn't see it. My friend told me without me asking anything. So your friend, how do you know your friend is telling the truth? Hey, Anais. How do you know your friend is telling you the truth? So your friend telling you might have been a circumstance you manifested, like you never had the insecurity. Well, I wonder what's happening in the 3D. Maybe he does have the free will to kiss someone else. I have been breadcrumbs by my SP for the last year. It's very hurtful. Recently he got with the 3P. It's okay to step out of the state, but do you want to stay in that state, or do you want to go back to knowing your God and you decide everything? So I've been breadcrumbed by my SP for the last year. It's very hurtful. Well, don't accept it, blue exist. Why do you even... So first of all, look, breadcrumbing, it's... Only you can decide what is breadcrumbing. So if you if he doesn't text you and you start assuming that he's breadcrumbing me, oh, my donut. Thank you, Trinity. So if you do assume he's breadcrumbing you because you don't get like 25 text messages a day and he doesn't love you, you're assuming that you're not loved. So he recently got with 3P. What were you thinking, blushing daisies? Start learning to identify your insecurities so that you know how you created this. You have to be your own coaches, guys. You're welcome, Isa. Just wanted to tell you that I feel such a shift. You helped me a lot. Thank you, Isa. Hey, Mrs. Fox. I haven't checked the social media for months, but I still fear they post and have fun with 3P and my SP. I know that I will get jealous then that I will break and check on them. Paula, you're getting jealous and you're checking on your shadows. Because you maybe don't have the courage to assume that he's obsessed with you and he loves you and that he adores you and that he worships you. The 3D might be against you in the thing that you might not see the circumstance, but why don't you assume it anyway? What are you afraid of? So if you just took the time and realized that I'm creating this show, I'm here creating this puppet theater, and I'm getting jealous and I'm getting curious, because you're curious about what's happening out there, you assume that the 3D is outside of you, it's outside of your control, instead of saying, no, this is not. So it's basically growing some balls and putting your foot down and saying, no, I'm not accepting this anymore. So Paula is just about you having the courage to discover that you are the only power. Yep, in no contact too, so a 3P situation, and it stung a bit. I keep going, no, that's not my reality. Perfect. Because more people saw it, not only my friends. So you're grasping and you're trying to prove yourself that I'm not doing things right. He kissed another girl. Instead of saying, no, this is my reality, and continue to persist. That's what persisting means. When you see a circumstance that is bullshit, you go ahead and you grasp on the circumstance and you throw to the garbage the awareness that you're God. You start making the circumstance your God. You start making the circumstance responsible and in control. So you keep yapping about this instead of saying, okay, I have to regroup myself. I have to persist and go back and doing reverse engineering, proving yourself that. So you tell me that you never had the insecurity that this might not be working? You never had the insecurity. You were so sure. You were so confident. You were so dominant in your assumption that he doesn't have free will. Were you so sure? So how would I stay in God's state? You are always in God's state. And how do you stay aware that you're God? You practice it over and over again. You practice it over and over again. You remind yourself over and over again. Oh, Kimberly's a gem. I love her universe too. How can I stop the wavering? Once I feel I want him, but the next day I feel I don't. What can I do? So this is not wavering. Look, Rabia, wavering is not... This is you basically not knowing what you want. It's not wavering. Wavering is when you say... At one point, he wants me, I'm chosen, I'm respected, I'm loved, I'm worshipped. And the other time you say, I'm worthless, no one would love me. This is wavering. And then you get a reflection of whether you're going to be chosen. That's why you get the hot and cold behavior. Wavering, it's, yes, he loves me, and no, he doesn't love me. This is wavering. You Feeling like you want him one day and not want him one day is not wavering. It's basically you not knowing what you want. And this doesn't have a consequence in the 3D. If you assume and decide that he will worship you, whether you want him or not, doesn't get to reflect in the 3D, because you'll still get the reflection that he loves you back. You understand? What do you think of manifestation with writing a story about the life that we want? Look, Manar, look, do what you want. It's up to you. You have your reality. Do whatever you want. For me, I don't feel the need. I don't see it as a purpose to write it down. Like, I already know what I want. It's useless and it's time wasting. I'm a fucking lazy manifester, so I don't feel like scripting or writing it down. If you do enjoy it and you do feel like it's going to shift your mindset, do it. Hey, Stevie. Hey, World Legend. Hey, Sky. More. Today I saw something that would have triggered me, but I was so... No, that's not my story anymore. Perfect, Isa. Perfect. I feel unbothered. Yes. I truly appreciate when you... Oh, live, it's always perfect timing, so thank you. Oh, Trinity, thank you. How have you done any revision? Look, the thing is, I haven't done any revision, not that I was aware of. I simply stated my desire, like what was my intention, and the 3D revised itself. I didn't do the revision mentally, so, because I'm lazy, I don't like doing things to get my manifestations. I know that I don't have to do anything, so as God, why would I sit around and mentally do stuff when it's my birthright to get them regardless? So I wouldn't do something in order to get my stuff, because my stuff are already there for me, and the less work I do, the less effort I put in, it's the easier and fastest way for them to pop on me in my reality. You understand? So revision, the 3D revised itself. And revision, I don't agree too much with revision, because it would be like you would be thinking that a past fact has the power to control your reality from now on, and you feel the need to revise. It's like you're pointing your finger on a past experience, which was also your creation, and you say, because of this, because I got this behavior 10 years ago, I cannot get my manifestation right now. So you're actually blaming and putting the power in past circumstances to control your present and future outcome. I want to go back to being a powerful God. You were always a powerful God. Since last month when I found you, I'm telling myself I'm in control. I have the insecurity of being ignored. He had been ignoring me, proving me right. So when you say you're telling yourself you're in control, you're telling yourself you're God, so how the fuck can you be ignored? In my opinion, this, so it's you reminding yourself over and over again, can a God be fucking ignored? Like, is this even a thought that would align? And this is when I use the word align. Is this thought aligning with the idea of being God? So this insecurity is nonsense when you know I'm fucking God. Like, this is fucking nonsense. Hey, D. I thought I was so sure until that happened, and I started thinking if I really knew I was God, this wouldn't bother me. Hey, Argela. So what you're doing right now, you're blaming yourself, and you're putting yourself to the ground, and you're blaming yourself. Don't blame yourself. You're all you have, so you have to be your best friend. Stop blaming yourself. So if there was no insecurity, don't worry about it. Hey, Sakura. Is the final state knowing that you already have it and that everything is fine, even if you are not physically experiencing it? Yes. Not knowing that you already have it, knowing that everything is going to be fine. I don't want you guys to lie to yourselves when you obviously don't see it in the 3D, because I do not go by the Neville's technique that says you already have it and just affirm it. I have it, I have it, I have it. Because this way you're bringing in resistance. Don't say you're gonna have it is not wrong. Just because you say I'm going to have it in the future, It doesn't delay it like 100 years in the future. Like, I'm going to drink coffee in a second from now. What is the delay? A second? Are you kidding me? So if it's easier for you guys to say I'm gonna get it, because most of the time you are thinking in future tense. You're never thinking in present tense unless you're experiencing it right now. But things that you are not experiencing right now and you know you are going to experience, you refer to them mentally as I'm going to experience. For example, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to have fun with my friends. This is also manifestation. It's not that if I'm saying I'm going to have fun with my friends tomorrow, that I'm going to experience delays or I'm going to experience blockages, or that the 3D will take it away from me and it won't make it tomorrow, it will make it in 3 years. No. So the thing that I planned tomorrow to go and enjoy myself with my friends is an established thing. It's set in stone, okay? So it's okay. The final state is knowing you're in charge, knowing you're divine, and knowing the fear doesn't get to control anything, because the fear is not even the enemy. Hey, Feline. Also, thank you, Feline, for the... oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, I understand, so I have to decide what I want. No, it's not like, don't make it I must do that. Don't make it I have to do that, otherwise what? No, allow yourself to flow. One day you want him, one day you don't want him. Don't put so much pressure on yourself and don't put so much importance whether you do know what you want or not. I'm a very indecisive person. Sometimes I want it all, sometimes I don't want anything. I don't fucking care. This is who I am. I'm not gonna force myself to have to decide. I'll go with the flow. One time I want it, one time I don't want it. Maybe that's why I'm polyamorous. What I don't want is to give importance to the 3D, only to embody God. DE, you are God and you are also the 3D. It's not like you're giving importance to your 3D. Like, the 3D is your playground, it's your friend, it's your lover. You shouldn't give importance to the idea that the 3D has a will of its own to go against you. So I think that most of us, some manifestations should be taught like you are unity, you are your 3D, you are your SP, you are your money. Stop making it separate and stop cursing the 3D and saying it's against me. Stop saying ignore the 3D. Like, the poor guy didn't do anything wrong. The 3D is just there to show you who you identify as. It's not the 3D fault that you are a baby and are afraid of your own thoughts. It's not the 3D fault. It's not even your fault, but it's a thing like, let's just stop creating monsters out of thin air and let's just start seeing that everything is in our favor. So this thing like you don't want to give importance, I think that it only takes away from the fun of the game, because I'm here in the 3D to have fun with my manifestations. If I wanted to not give importance to the 3D, I wouldn't have created the 3D in the first place, right? I would be a bubble of light. CJ, can I assume that I always get what I want without lifting a finger? But you do. No, look, lazy manifestor, it doesn't mean that you do something in the 3D. I don't even do it mentally. So lazy manifesting is you don't even do nothing mentally. You don't do techniques, you don't do robotic affirming. You just decide once and you know it's gonna happen. This is lazy manifesting. Like, you're asking me guys about scripting, about robotic affirming, about sats, revision. All this for me is nonsense, and they are not. It's nonsense because they are not necessary in order to manifest. Because looking back at your life, you weren't doing all these techniques and you perfectly manifested. Like, think about, were you scripting your breakup? No, you manifested it perfectly. Like, let's just take the other manifestations. You weren't scripting. So if you didn't script your breakup and it manifested regardless, then why would you script your love and your relationship with your SP? Why can't it happen regardless? Why do you have to mentally do something in order to manifest it? For the other stuff, you were manifesting them effortlessly and it fell out of the thin air. Like every insecurity you had, you didn't write it down and manifest it. So it's not that you don't have to lift a finger, because regardless, you never lift a finger. Manifestation is effortless and it's perfect. You never have to lift a finger. So it's also not catching in the technique trap and getting down, because then you're going to make the techniques a false god and you're gonna bend over to the rule of the technique, when actually you're imagining the technique and you think that the technique manifests, but it's actually you creating a perfect placebo for yourself. It's not that the technique manifests, your belief in the technique, it's what manifests your outcome. I only know that it would... Thank you, Mrs. Fox. I only know that it will be given to me, but I don't know if this is unconscious waiting. Yet again, stop you're micromanaging right now every little idea, and you're taking it and you're making it into millions and millions of scenarios. It's unconscious waiting. Do you feel yourself like waiting? Like, for me, it's easier to say it's gonna happen. It's allowing me to live my life and knowing that it's going to unfold. I don't really give a fuck. You understand? CJ, my SP, ex-husband, tomorrow came to the country. I didn't see him long time. How to react in the 3D? However you react in the 3D, Neville's goddess, know that your reactions in the 3D are a perfect reflection of your inner mindset, of your inner identity. So you can do whatever you want in the 3D. What matters is your mindset. Just embody and feel the state of power. I only want that, not so much the desire. Well, this is a desire in itself, isn't it? Isn't it a desire in itself? It is a desire in itself. Sometimes I find myself too detached to the point I'm not even sure I'm still manifesting them anymore. Yeah, that happens when you don't give a fuck anymore. Last year I manifested SP in 2 weeks. Now after a month, no movement. Any advice? Yes, Anais. Don't compare your manifestations. Don't compare yourself to how you manifested. You've probably waited for the 2 weeks for him to manifest. He didn't. So no movement. How did you came up with the idea of no movement? Because you haven't seen anything in the 3D. You decide yet again, you are bending over to the idea of no movement. So you allow the idea of no movement to fuck you in the ass, basically. You forgot you said the rules. Hey, Pikachu. Hey, Stacy. What's the biggest thing you've manifested? Oh, fuck. Hey, thank you, Rabia, for subscribing. What's the biggest thing you've manifested? There are so many big things I've manifested. This live will be on YouTube. Yes, it will. Look, your lives helped me a lot. All of these things about SP, I shiftly rapid with my SP. But we are not yet committed, but I know it's close. It's set in stone, yes. I started to apply the 3Ds, my friend, and showed me a lot of positive things. Perfect. Thank you, Feline. And that is reflecting. Sometimes it comes with negativity, but I don't tend attention so much. I acknowledge it, but it's not what I want. Look, negativity is just, everything is leading you to your outcome. Everything is in your favor. Even things that might seem negative, you'll see in a month from now, you'll look back and you'll say, oh, it was never negative. It was just my perception. Now look how wonderful it came across. I like your answer about the hot and cold. I'm not indecisive, but the 3D ignoring affects me. What? What 3D ignoring? The ignoring in the 3D affects you? Why? So you're bending over and you're making your 3D the power in charge. A lot of coaches say first get perfectly clear on what you want. Yeah. Hey, El. You don't have to get perfectly clear on what you want. Like, I'm not even clear on what I want to eat. I'm not perfectly clear on what I want to eat. Thank you, Melissa. So who the fuck cares? It's your life. Don't pressure yourself. Is visualizing necessary at all or just an assumption? It was never necessary. Visualization is just a technique. You're still awake. Perfect. Can we just have desires and not do anything else? Not even declare, I want this? You declare it when you are aware of the desire. So when you are aware of the desire, I want this. It's a declarations, like I want to drink coffee. The desire expresses itself, but the desire, when it expresses itself, it comes in a package with the decision being already made. Like, I want this. You understand? It's like get one and get one free. Like, the desire is the one and you get the decision for free. I don't know how to feel when they are my greater action figures. They're not your action figures. You are the action figure. You're the fucking Paula. You're the fucking main character, and you write their scenario. How about feeling more selfish and giving yourself what you want means allowing yourself to have it. Whatever they do, I feel I could never match them. Yeah, right. They come from you. It's like you're taking a poop and then you assume that the poop is better than you. Trust me, this is what you're doing. Hey, Andrea. I'm his biggest manifestation. Yes, you are, Mrs. Fox. In the Bible, God created life in 7 days with his words. Is this truth that I don't think he did scripting or affirmation? He decided and it was it. Yeah, it's even in my master class. I wrote it. God said, let there be light. He didn't doubt himself. He didn't say maybe light is not good, or you understand, guys? You're battling yourselves too much over details. You shouldn't bother yourself with details. Allow the details to take care of themselves. You have better things to do. Like, let's just say you're the queens and the kings on the throne. Do you really give a fuck what happens, what your servants do? No, you don't bother yourself with these kinds of details. You know that your servants are going to do their job. They're going to be perfectly able to get your outcome. They're going to do the dirty work for you. You don't care the details when you go and order food at a restaurant. You don't give a fuck what the chef is doing or his personal life. You want your food. So this is the same way. When you go to a restaurant and you order your food, you want your fucking food. You don't care if the chef had a good day or not, if he's married or if he has an SP. You just want your fucking food. Hey, Blue Bentley. That's the same way. You bother yourselves too much with your SPs, believing that they're in control. And that's why you bother yourselves with it. There is a hidden assumption behind your reactions and behind your actions and behind your mental thoughts. So when you say, I should check on him to see what he's doing, the hidden assumption is he has free will. He has his own life. He's not my hologram. He's out of my control. So what you do in that moment when you want to stalk them or check their social media, that's when you should persist and redirect yourself and remind yourself that I'm the one in control. You shouldn't give in your impulses of their victim mindset. Of course you do that, Issa. Yes. So for a raise at work is the same for everything, You decide the amount and your boss applies it. It has no other choice. Your boss is your hologram. Just because you chose to play the game of being a person that works for someone else doesn't make your boss your god. Your boss is not actually your boss. It's just an actor playing in the game because you wanted to be someone employed. That's why you did it. Should you have known better and you don't want to work anymore and you want to be the boss, you want to be the CEO, is the same thing. You're not late, Nana. So it's for everything. Stop serving yourselves crumbs and being grateful for the crumbs that you eat with the hidden assumption that it could get worse. No, it couldn't get worse because the 3D doesn't have any surprises for you, any hidden surprises, and you're not bracing for impact, or you're not preparing yourself for the inevitable. There is no more inevitable. You woke up right now. There is no more inevitable. Who decides the inevitable? If you're the only thinker and there are no brains out there, and you're the only thinker, what inevitable? Of your subconscious mind? Of who? No. You take the reins of your reality and you make your own fucking rules. There are no surprises and there is no more inevitable. And let's just say, if you like a life full of surprises, at least assume that you are going to have pleasant surprises, that the 3D is working, because it is. The 3D is working day and night to surprise you with pleasant surprises, because the master must be pleased at all times. Because the 3D only exists through you. Without you, the 3D doesn't exist. It's like the dream at night. When you dream at night, the dream exists because you dream it. Otherwise, when you wake up in the morning, the dream vanishes. It's not even there. And have you seen that? For me, it was not the case. I couldn't go back and dream the same thing. So it's not like the dream is waiting for you to dream it again. No, it vanishes. Every night you have a different dream. Maybe for some of you, you might be stuck with the same dream for nights. But for me, I didn't find the dreams yet again. So when I fall back to sleep, I wasn't sent in that dream again. So this is to show you that you manifest everything out of thin air only if you allow yourselves to understand that. And I'm even going to go a little more crazy here for the people that are willing to accept the fact that you manifest your specific person and everyone out of thin air every second. So even their body is a hologram. You accept that and you are going to be able to do miracles and change them like this, because you are not continuously manifesting the same person over and over again. You're manifesting the versions of them. Although they might appear to have the same body, it's not like they are material. You might feel them, but can't you feel things in the dream at night? It does not make them real. So when you dream at night, you can smell, you can see, you can hear. It doesn't mean that it's real. You're seeing hallucinations, you're seeing imagination, you're seeing illusions, that's holograms. That's what happens in the 3D, it's the same thing. So if you allow yourself to, not to believe is not, but you allow yourself to trust that tomorrow morning or whenever, I don't want to set timelines because I'm against the setting time frames, but like that, a bag of $2 million can manifest out of thin air for me. But are you willing to allow yourselves to see it? Like, allow yourselves to understand the 3D is not logical. Only if reason, even if reason goes against it, where would they go from? There must be someone. They are my holograms and they do what I want, period. I gotta focus my life and things. Yes, we have better things to do. We have better things to do, yes. In this relationship with SP, I want to feel like his priority, so when he ignores, I feel I failed. So, you want to feel like his priority, but you get to decide that you're his priority. He doesn't get to decide whether you're his priority or not. You have given him too much power over you and over who you are. That means you allow a hologram, or you allow the insecurity to take over, and you to say that he ignores me, that means I'm not his priority. Instead of choosing, no, I'm his priority, and whether he ignores me or not in the 3D, I'm not going to give it the meaning that I'm not his priority. My boss always says it's God, so he must be reflecting me then. I love it. He's my hologram. Yes. How to get a second income to afford my home. I've been applying everywhere for months. So you want to get a second income to afford your home. Allow yourself for the idea to come itself. Allow the 3D to surprise you pleasantly. It's Jackie. You've been applying for months. Okay, you've did what you had to do in the 3D. Now you can rest. You've done your work. After all, manifestation is effortless. So you're effortlessly manifesting your despair and need for a second income because you believe that the money you have now is not enough. I understand. This is logical thinking, though. So you say, okay, I'm going to focus on this job. The idea is going to come itself. And you are also limiting money through just one hole. And the thing is that money, you are money, and it can come through so many things, but yet you're limiting yourself to this scenario. I have to have a second income. No. So you're taking this more literally and more logical than it should be. You understand? Allow yourself to allow money to surprise you pleasantly. Like you could use affirmations like money is addicted to me, I get paid to breathe, etc., etc. Okay? Why do I have really crazy dreams at night? I don't take drugs. Why the fuck would you assume that drugs are in charge for you having, like, what is the reason behind this explanation for this reasoning? You have really crazy dreams at night because you manifest to have crazy dreams at night. Decide I'm not gonna have crazy dreams at night. It has nothing to do with drugs. I've had crazy dreams at night. It doesn't mean that. How could you even connect the drugs with dreams at night? CJ, when specific people are ghosting you, but this never happened in the past, why now? Well, if it never happened in the past, why do you care? Don't try. Are you well with your mental mindset? Are you well with your mindset? If you're well with your mindset, it shouldn't even bother you. You understand, Melissa? Specific people are ghosting you. Why do you even give it the assumption that they're ghosting you? You understand? You're giving it the meaning that they're ghosting you. That you are not a priority, that they can ghost you. Because they are. No, you interpret it. You manifest that they are ghosting you. Like my friends can ghost me and I don't see it as ghosting. You understand? You see it as ghosting. You see it as I must be doing something wrong. I'm not a priority. They're ghosting me. How can a hologram act differently than you decide? It cannot. So you take away the meaning and you say no one ghosts me. And that's it. And you allow the 3D to bend over and please you. Or whether you're too attached to validation and you're too attached to this specific person doing something and you do believe they have the free will to do something that it's opposite to what you want. Because if you're trying to manifest a text message over and over again, if you're trying to manifest a text over and over again and you're waiting for that, if you're waiting for the text message, you're going to manifest more waiting and more waiting and more waiting. What's the case? Tell me, Melissa. How did you come to the conclusion they're ghosting you? What are you manifesting from them? Like, yes, someone said in a previous live, like, we're not yapping about our parents ghosting us. We don't even give a fuck. It doesn't mean that they're ghosting us. When you don't talk to the parents, or it doesn't mean they're ghosting you. Why don't you say that about your parents when they don't talk to you? Days might go by, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. We have to give the validation internally, right? Yes, because you can never take validation from the 3D. If validation comes in the 3D, it's because you validated yourself. The 3D can only reflect. The 3D doesn't bring anything new to the table. You understand, guys, that the 3D doesn't bring anything new to the table? The 3D only reflects. I had contact with a few men, but everyone did the same. That's why I say I get ghosted, and the dad of my son has a 3P. Okay, Melissa, are you aware you're God? Melissa, are you aware you're God? Because if you would be aware that these people are just holograms, you wouldn't even bother with breadcrumbs. Now, these are your assumptions, as I told you. I am, but I don't know what shit happens. Well, look, you know you are, but you're not. This is when you start lying to yourself, guys, and you say, I am, but I don't know why they're ghosting me. So, it's like when you are the customer and you go to a restaurant and they mess up your order and they bring you something else. Let's just say you order a steak of pork and you don't eat chicken, but they do bring you chicken. You don't ask yourself, why did they mess up my order? It's the same thing with ghosting. You don't ask yourself, like, I said I want Coca-Cola. Why did they bring me, like, soda or something else? You don't bother yourself. You simply say, you messed up my order, and they bring you your food. So, because you're aware you're the customer, and the customer must be pleased at all times, right? So, you also have an assumption that everyone does the same. So this is a repetitive story. It has become an assumption. And you can easily change it by knowing that no one can ever dare to ghost you because there is no one else. You're the only one. The dad of my son did me dirty. I know he's reflecting me, but it hurts so bad. Well, you should start do some not forgiving, forgetting. Some forgetting, because forgiving is forgetting. And when you're not grasping on some circumstances, it means that you don't take them serious. So the past was the past. Now you have two options, Melissa. You either dwell in the past and you bitter yourself more and more and more and more. Also, if you know he's reflecting you, there is no point in, I know it hurt, we all got hurt, but do you choose to go past this? Or do you choose to dwell in the same thing? And I also use the example that when you look at the past and the hurt that you've been through, it's like you are eating your own vomit over and over and over again. So you're insisting with the circumstance of the 3P. And then you're wondering, why does it keep manifesting it? Because you're insisting in telling me that you even dreamt SP with 3P. What the fuck does it matter? Why does it matter? I dreamt I flied yesterday. Does it matter? So you're clinging on the circumstance, trying to prove me how much you're in hurt and in pain. Okay, I understand it. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do next, Melissa? That's my question. So are you going to dwell in this over and over and over again, or are you going to take a stand up for yourself? So you want to be happy and you want to love yourself, but you continue grasping over something that you told me that you know you created. You told me you know you created it, and you're still grasping on it. And do you want to do? Your heart feels so heavy. I also told you guys, are you even listening to my lives on YouTube? I told you guys, grieve if you need to grieve, yes? And then start manifesting them back. Like, don't jump until you, and it's not like healing, it's just like giving you the opportunity to have a burst of anger, curse them, and then when you're over with the anger, start doing whatever it is that you want to do. We must often remember that no one has free will. Personally, I often forgot. Well, yes, it's habit. It's habit. But how can I focus on me and not them and prioritize myself? It's like you're asking me, how can I stop eating my own vomit? You're asking for step-to-step advice, which is how can I focus myself? You focus on yourself. It's a decision. It's a decision, guys. Like, these kind of questions are like kindergarten questions. How do I stop focusing on them? You stop. Do you even realize what you're asking, guys? How do I stop focusing on them and not on myself? You refuse to think of them. You refuse to focus on them. That's how you do it. How do I stop smoking? I stop smoking. I put it to the side. I refuse to smoke again. How can I forgive fast? Because I did something to my SP. So, forgive what? Yourself? I don't understand your question, Rajiko. How can your SP forgive you fast? How can you forgive yourself fast? There are two options. Tell me which one you want. First of all, as God, you cannot do anything wrong. You can do whatever you want in the 3D and say, how can you forgive yourself? I forgive myself. There's no point in putting the blame on you and grasping on the blame you have. It's like you're angry at yourself because you messed up the food and you had to throw the food to the garbage. You take a new food and you make it all over again. And what do you think about dreams? Every time I don't like them, I just tell myself, is my subconscious purging? No, Issa, you want to go away from this. Like, you can make any rule in the fucking world. Why would you choose this rule? Dreams, they're just dreams. They don't really matter. They don't really mean anything. Why? From all the rules that you can create for yourself, don't choose the subconscious purging. You'll be stuck in a cycle of subconscious purging, and that's not what you want to do. Purging. Why would you put yourself through purges? Don't do that. No, don't. Like, when you're trying to find an excuse for why things happen. Don't find an excuse. No one is asking you to find an excuse. So you're asking yourself, why am I having bad dreams? Who the fuck cares? Like, why would I care? Why would I bother myself? I had a dream. That's it. It's like I would start asking myself right now, why are the dogs barking in the neighborhood? I must have the assumption, what's wrong with me? Why are the dogs barking in the neighborhood? Who the fuck cares? I'm not sitting around micromanaging every little thing. Like, it's useless. It's time wasting. It's time consuming. Of course dreams don't matter. They never did matter. Now I understand that you guys maybe come from the law of attraction, where everything mattered in the law of attraction and you had to do a million things. But the good part with the law of assumption is that you make your own rules. So I made a rule for myself that whatever I do, say, doesn't matter. I always get my way. Were you brought up on religion? Were I brought up? Or was I born in religion? I don't understand your question, Liana. Guys, make things easier for yourself. You can actually invent any rule you want. Raised. Yes, I was raised in Christianity. Christian. Hey, Hazel. Does it matter? Were you raised in religion, Liana? How did you make the transition from Christianity to law of assumption? Literally by fucking myself in the ass as much as I could. Like putting myself through the worst circumstances, creating a hell for myself, and at one point I had to realize I was creating shit for myself. The fuckery I created for myself and the pain and the suffering was not able to be created by God, because God outside of me, which I raised up as believing, God would have never given me the hell that I created for myself. And then it all started by, I really wanted to, so my law of assumption was, I really wanted to bring a girl back, and this girl was just reflected the exact thoughts I had, the exact words. I couldn't see it, I was too blind. And by doing reverse engineer, now I understand. But back then, I just wanted to have her back in a human way. And then I started seeing the no contact rule. And then I started seeing the law of attraction. And then I went, thank you, Green Luna. And then I went to law of assumption, and I stuck with law of assumption. I want the same simplicity in my brain as in yours. Issa, for how long have you been on this? I want the same simplicity in my brain as in yours. Issa, for how long have you been on this journey? I want the same simplicity in my brain as in yours. Issa, for how long have you been on this journey, but are still reluctant to make any commitment? You don't see yourself as the only choice. You don't see yourself as committed to. And if you don't, and this is one thing, and if you do see yourself worthy of commitment, Gata Bobby, then allow them to reflect that back. So it's not that they are reluctant to make any commitment. You don't allow yourself to be committed to, and you blame it on them because you think they hold the power to your life. They are in charge of the commitment or not, but you are in charge of it. My SP said he going to stop reaching out to me. Yeah, right. I believe he said that because I have not answered his texts. What? Yeah, right. He said bullshit. So, Rose, the only thing you need to do is to understand your God. And what he says doesn't matter. Like, you're trying to find a human excuse for why he said it. And you're trying to find a logical explanation, which does not... Yeah, I was sure that was going to happen. Yeah. You took her place, Bobby. It's only normal. Come on. So, thank you for the sunshine, Spring. So, Rose, you shouldn't give a fuck what your SP said. Go get stable. So, my answer, basically, guys, go get the fundamentals. Whatever they said in the 3D doesn't matter. You're creating it. They're just reflecting you. So, you believe he said that because you haven't answered. No, you're putting too much focus in. What they say doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It's worthless. It's useless. You should ignore what they say and you should focus on knowing that you're the only choice. He doesn't have any choice but to choose you. You understand that? Like, be a little villains, guys. Don't be a little baby waiting for your mommy to buy you the coconut pie. Thank you, Rose. You're not a fucking baby, Rose. You're a grown-up woman. You're in charge. You're the CEO. He's gonna commit to you. He doesn't have a choice. He's your fucking servant. But if I want SP and declare that I have it, why is there still a delay in the 3D? Because you're checking the 3D and you're only checking, Rabia, you're only checking your own lack. So, there's a delay in the 3D. Look, allow yourself to see that there is no delay. It's like what I told you. The crazy idea that you're manifesting them out of thin air. Allow yourself to know that, to trust that. Because you perceive the delay, because you are looking for it, therefore that's why you're creating the delay. SP thinks I've been dishonest. Yeah, right, so what? Who fuck thinks? Magnificent. Yeah. Darling, Megan, Megan, Megan. Your SP is unable to think. He doesn't have a brain of his own. You think he thinks you're dishonest. He doesn't think anything. He cannot think anything. He doesn't have the ability to think anything. And you don't just affirm, you understand that he doesn't have the power to think anything. They are brainless puppets. Yes, and I do have the courage to say they're brainless puppets. 1 year, but I would affirm it without understanding that it was either. Do reverse engineer, Isa. You're my sun. Oh, and you're my moon. No, because sun and the moon never meet. You're my... Okay, Mrs. Fox, you're my love. Let's just put it like that. Any words I might find don't match what you mean to me. SP said that he doesn't need to speak to me every day. Yeah, right. Like he gets to choose, like he gets to decide what he's gonna do. He doesn't need to speak to me every day. What is reflecting about me? Well, it's reflecting that you think he can decide anything, and it reflects that you don't think you're the priority and the only choice. You think that he can think or do anything. So what? I reply back to him telling him that it's a choice if he wants to stop reaching out to me. What? You don't reply that, you do that. You don't go tell them in the 3D unless you're a fucking bastard as I am. I literally told my hologram that she's a hologram and she doesn't have free will. But if you do have the balls to do it, do it. But it's not that you're telling them in the 3D in order to convince them. You do it mentally. Yes, it's only what you matter. How can we ignore the 3D if the 3D it's only reflecting us? Who told you to ignore the 3D, Christina? No one told you to ignore the 3D. You're supposed to love the 3D, not ignore it. Hey, Mary. I think that with some people... Haha, if I have a drink, I might tell him he's a hologram. Do it. It doesn't matter what you do in the 3D. You can always say, you love me regardless. You love me when I'm an asshole. You love me when I'm a villain. You love me too much to hurt me. I feel like that with certain people, but some other I feel I have no power over. You've unwillingly given your power to them. You've put your life in their hands and it was never theirs to have, Paula. That's why it's not love. This is not love. This is attachment. You made them your God. And when you've done that for so much time and for so many years, it's become a habit and you have to break out of the habit. I'm a villain a lot, so I'm always affirming he loves me regardless. Yes, you can literally slap him and he would worship the ground you walk on. Because your mindset wins, your assumption wins. Oh, again with the tomorrows. Guys, yes, but please don't set time frames. How can you set something on something that it's an illusion? It's like you're trying to capture air and measure it. Time doesn't exist. I know that we have Monday, Tuesday, and we do have like this time construct, but it's an illusion. It's like you're measuring air. Time doesn't exist. It's always now, 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 now. So why would you put a time frame on it and say, would he come tomorrow with a wedding ring? And you know why that happens? Because you say, and it doesn't take you to believe, Ravia. Half of the stuff I manifested without believing that they could happen. I just wanted that. I took the decision. I did it with conviction, and that's it. So whatever you decide, like tomorrow, Why would it bother you to be in an hour from now or in 2 days? Is it less important in 2 days? You have to do tomorrow, because you do that, you decide he's gonna come tomorrow, and tomorrow will come, and you'll catch yourself in a circle and in a cycle of continuously deciding for tomorrow and for tomorrow, and you're gonna end up like Ronan Keating if tomorrow never comes. You understand? Don't do that to yourself. It's like you're trying to limit your power, you're trying to measure air, you're trying to captivate air, and this doesn't work. Okay? It's like you're bringing upon yourself unnecessary effort, unnecessary reasons to prove to yourself that you're not gods, because you're going to wait for tomorrow, and guess what? Waiting will manifest more waiting, and then you're gonna get triggered and you say tomorrow will come. It won't happen, because you will manifest more waiting and more searching, and you're going to search for it instead of deciding for it. My SP blame me for everything. What assumption I created with this reflection? Exactly what you wrote. That your SP blames you for everything. That's the assumption. You wrote it. You write your own assumptions in the comments. My SP has the power to blame me. He blames me for everything. That's the assumption. Tell me why whatever SP says doesn't mean anything with circumstances. Because they're just a reflection, perfect, i.e. They're just a reflection. When you change your mindset, they'll reflect something different. From the I don't want to talk to you again, they can come with the ring. It's that, and you're gonna stay in amazement and you say, how the fuck did that happen? Because when they loved you so much and you insisted in assuming that you're not loved and you're not worshipped, how come they broke up with you? That's why it didn't matter. Did it matter that they gave you the world and told you they loved you before they broke up with you? It didn't matter, because you manifest out of thin air every circumstance. What can I do to get my ex to want me to... So guys, it's not about being too soon. It's just that you're introducing something that might create a certain resistance. So what can I do to get my ex to want me to come visit him? First of all, why would you even go? Can't he come visit you? Why would you go visit him? What, can't he come? Haven't you manifested him with a set of legs in order to come? What's the point of giving him legs if he cannot come visit you? He doesn't have a passport. He will get one. He'll swim if it has to. And first of all, if you want to manifest him, stop saying he's your ex. What can I do to get... I want to go visit you. I'm going to visit you next week. It's possible, yes. But if you're not coming from the stable knowing you're God, you're going to trigger yourself with no purpose. Like, is it worth the trigger? So we look at the 3D... or we don't care about it. I'm confused. You look at the 3D knowing that it has nothing new to offer you. You understand, Christina? You look at the 3D knowing it has nothing new to offer you because it's your playground. But why do I feel so powerless and feel so bad? Because you're in a victim mindset, Melissa, for now. You don't think you're God. Thank you, Rose. You're so sweet, Rose. Thank you for the heart flames. Wait, guys, I just want to tuck in my girl. She wants to be tucked in. Bobby, you're sitting on this and she wants to be tucked in. Could you move your ass? Thank you, Bobby. Come on, baby. Hi, Vicky. Hi, the man. Hi, the baba. Hi, the baba. What you want to do? You want... Come on. Hi, Vicky. That's a hi. Hi, mommy. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, the baba. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Now everyone can see my ass. I do have a lovely ass, thank you. Hi, Felicia. Are you gonna sit? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? What you gonna do when they come from you? So why do SP reflect the opposite of what we affirm in my thoughts? If I say he's in love with me, next day he said I'm gonna stop reaching out, but I'm not thinking negative thoughts. That's when you persist, you don't ask yourself. You understand, Rose? This is micromanaging. When you ask yourself, why is he reflecting the opposite? You assume unconsciously. So the assumption that it's from, how to call it? The assumption is that he can reflect the opposite. When you say, you should not say he reflects the opposite. You're going to reflect what I want. You're going to do what I want. I don't care what you do right now. I know you're going to do it. So you don't give that too much focus because you're going to be caught up in a cycle of thinking that they are able to reflect the opposite. You understand? He doesn't have a passport. Yeah. Well, make sure that if you visit him, he's gonna send you the money and he's gonna pay you. He will swim. Well, yeah. So I just keep telling myself I'm going, there's no other choice. Yes, but you want to tell yourself you're God and you're in charge. But if I don't want the person back, I just want to see that he regrets it. Yes? Of course you can do that. Yes, of course, I've done it before so many times. Oh, you're welcome, Cristina, ești româncă, bravo, mi-am dat seama după întrebare că... Is it hard to get my head around... Is it hard to get my head around me being in charge of them? No, it's not hard. If you would do reverse engineer, you'd see you were in charge of them every time. I think Bobby is the one you scold the most. What does it mean, scold? He's the big boy here. He shouldn't act like the alpha male. And I have some doggy hair here and I don't like it. Bobby, I'm not here for your entertainment, Bobby. You're here for my entertainment. Ugh, I don't understand. Now you've made it worse with the Greek. I'm not level A in Greek. Now I regret telling him back in a text, well, if that's how he feels, this his choice to stop reaching out. Oh man, I messed up. No, you didn't mess anything. Oh, fuck me. Rose, you didn't mess anything. Girl, you should regroup yourself. Trust me, Rose. You should throw this story to the garbage. You should regroup yourself and you shouldn't find fault with yourself anymore. Like what you've done is done. Regroup yourself. Nothing is messed up. Fuck everything. Put it to the side. Understand you're creating all this. Stop blaming yourself. And be a more relaxed and chilled. Like be in a more fuck you mode. Tu tahonă. Well... Eu puneam mea că ești româncă, dar nu eram sigură, apoi te-am auzit cu cățelul. Mulțumesc. Yeah, my dogs understand Romanian, Greek, and English. How do I manifest someone Fuck me. How can I manifest... Oh. How do I manifest someone? I'm providing their account. So their account is private since I can't check the 3D. Why would you want someone to make their account public in order for you to check the 3D? Thank you, Rose. You gave me a rose. Oh, you gave me 17 roses. It matches your name. So you want to manifest someone to make their account public so that you can check the 3D? Why would you want that? I did it, but I'm asking you, why do you want it? I did it. I made someone, I'm providing their account. How do I change what I already texted him back in the 3D? It doesn't matter. The 3D is illusion. It's an illusion. It doesn't matter. It's air. It's smoke. It doesn't matter. You just decide. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. It molds itself. It's magical. You're magical. It's not that it's set in stone. It's not, oh, you're a freshie. Rose, you're a baby manifester. It doesn't matter what you did in the 3D, honestly. A second in the past doesn't matter. It's not set in stone. It's long gone. It's vanished. It turns into smoke again. Like, imagine it was smoke and that's it. It doesn't matter, girl. You're a baby manifester. She was the woman who made me realize I'm bi 3 years ago and I want to see how she's doing. Liana, if you want to know how she's doing, why don't you decide what she's doing? Because that's what you do as God. You decide what she's doing. You don't see, let's see what she's doing. Like she has the personal decision of doing anything. Thank you, I would definitely do so since it's my reality. Yes! Yes, Rose, yes! Finally! Grow some fucking balls! Throw it to the garbage. It doesn't mean it's like you messed up the food. You throw it to the garbage. You do new food. You don't blame yourself over and over again. It's not important. How come I've been saying to myself for 2 days he's going to text me back, but he hasn't, because I've been waiting for him to text me back and he hasn't texted me back. Have you been waiting, Bex? Come on, Bobby. Paula says I'm being too mean to you and that you're a very sweet person and that you're a very sweet doggy and you cannot get up in the bed because you're so fucking fat and you should stop eating so much. Could you please go so I can talk to people that are here to hear me talking and not seeing you? Could you please go? What's up, baby boy? Come on. Let's get you up in the bed. Come on. No, you're not gonna growl. We're gonna stay here. Yes. You're such a good boy. Of course you are. How come I've been saying to myself for 2 days? I've been trying to manipulate myself. He's gonna text. Aren't you tired from that? Can't you just decide he's gonna text and live your life? But he hasn't. So he's gonna text, he's gonna text. And you're looking, he didn't text. Oh, fuck, no, I'm not God. He's gonna text. Oh, fuck, no message. How many times do you check your phone, Bex? I think I manifest my speech to reflect that I need to give myself validation. Edson, regrouping my... I think I manifest my speech to reflect. You do manifest your speech to reflect. You've been doing it since your birth. Everyone reflects, not only your SP. That I need to give myself validation. How do I get my SP to? You validate me every day. No day goes by without you validating me. I'm your God. I'm your boss. I'm your master. You validate me. You worship me. And I get proof every day. So you see, Liana? Bro, I just want to see the picture. Why not seeing her in your bed naked, Liana? I would go with that. Like, why would you settle yourself for an account to see her pictures from the account and not see her in real life? Like, you should have the mindset, fuck that. I can manifest her in my bed. I don't need a Temu version of her from the pictures, from the private account that she has. I couldn't care less. I'm gonna see her in my bed. I'm gonna see the real her. I'm gonna experience her body because she's my manifestation. My fat chihuahua lost 100 grams of weight. Oh, Melissa, is that you? You've changed your picture. I have to check the 3D and see your picture. Yay! Is this you with the fat chihuahua? Melissa. Because there are two people, like it's Melissa and then it's Melissa. And I have the attention spam of a 1-year-old. Hey, lucky me. I've checked the 3D. I've seen your picture. I think you're fucking amazing. Do you have like a tattoo between your breasts? Oh, this is so fucking amazing. So I told you just this. Oh no, fuck! I was going to block someone. So Liana, just say, where are you from, Liana? Just say that she's going to make it public. I told you I did it. I did it. I also made her change her status, her Facebook status. I do that. I just say you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. I command them. And I know they have no other choice. Because when I start saying something like my trick, would you call it the technique? I just say, oh, I don't like this. And if I don't like it, it has to stop manifesting. Or I don't like this, I want this. So it has to start manifesting. How can... Oh. Hey, lucky me. Hey, chocolate cakes for life. Every second. Well, what did you expect, Bex? How could it be manifesting? Because I don't want her in bed. Plus, she's like 13 years older. I'm good. Thank you, Christina. So be nosy. She's like 13 years older. I'm good. You like being nosy? Okay, manifest. She makes her account public. Even by you being aware of the desire, it's already unfolding. So it doesn't really matter. CJ, as a child, I pretend myself in a specific person's vessel and decided from this perspective what they can say and do, and it worked. I searched it and is the I become you method. I forgot. Yes, but look, Mavish, there is no their perspective. There is no their perspective. It's still from your perspective, but from a different vessel. It's like you're looking at yourself. I'm from UK. Why? Because I might be a little nosy. What's your problem? I just asked you where you're from. So even if it's in a week, I can manifest it to happen the way I want. Yes, of course. Hey, Akisha. Sorry, trying to understand. I'm very new to it. Yes. So this is a good thing by being new to it. It means that you're not going to bother yourself with all the bullshit out there. And you can make your own rules from now and say, I always get what I want instantly. Tack, 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 tack. Instantly. Fast. As thunder. Can I manifest this? P apologize for everything she said to me that I'm still holding on to internally. Yes, of course. You're gonna apologize, motherfucker. Because this is what I want. And the master must be pleased at all times. If this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna get. And you have no other choice but to do so. You're gonna apologize and you're gonna come kneeling in front of me. Well, I wanted to be nosy as to why you wanted to nosy. Because I always ask people where they're from. I had a hope you're from Romania, but no, you're from UK. So what do you suggest I do now to go see him in a week? And thank you for your help. I suggest you decide, I'm gonna see you in a week and you're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay my flight. You're gonna make it a surprise to me. You have no choice. Basically, you should know that there is no other choice. There is no other scenario. There is one scenario. You wrote it. We don't do like surprises, interventions. We just do this. We have this scenario, this scenario, this scenario. Did I manifest that? Yes, Rose. Is Liana a Romanian name? I don't know. There are many Romanian names. Liana from, yeah, I think it is. Liana. Well, many people don't come here with their names. They do like to be incognito and mysterious by putting all kind of nicknames. So I wouldn't understand. I decide you're a Romanian in UK. I found the manifestation in 4 months. Since then, I am isolating more than usual. Is it common? Yes, Sylvester. It's common because you've realized your whole life was a lie and an illusion, yes. Melissa, no. I'm just joking. Can I manifest my SP to have more clients? Just decided he has 100 clients per month. Yes, you can. But how do you handle it when conflicting images come to your mind without warning? Isa, trust me, I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but I scratch my ass. I've learned not to give them any more of my importance because they're not worth my attention. So when conflicting images come to my mind, I light up a cigarette, I scratch my ass, and I go drink some coffee. I don't really care because I've understood that thoughts are just presenting me with possible ideas. It doesn't mean that I have to take the idea as a truth. I don't take it as a truth, so bye-bye. Or I can be a little arrogant and ironic, and then I can ask it like, then what? What happened then? Sometimes fear fears me and goes away, unfortunately. Yeah. Because I'm being sarcastic about it. And like when a thought presents me with some idea, I'm just like, tell me more. And then what happened? And it doesn't like my sarcastic attitude, and fear goes away. You just say, oh, this motherfucker is an asshole. I'm not gonna deal with him. Yes. You say yes. But I say yes, but you guys don't know what I'm answering. Yes, you do. You keep saying... Look, you don't have to keep saying it. You just have to decide that there is no other choice and go about your life. How do you react to the 3D, CJ? Can you show us? I literally told you. How do I react in the 3D? What do you mean? I'm not afraid of my 3D. The 3D is my home. Not my house, it's my home. I have fun in my 3D. React to what? It's not... The 3D doesn't hold any news for me anymore. It's not like it can surprise me in any way. I'm running free. If I could run free in my underwear, I would do it. But it's getting kind of cold, so maybe in the summer, maybe I'm gonna do it. Thank you, Melissa. So if I keep saying, what if he says no for me to go? What if he doesn't have a free will? So you're including what if he says no? Does he have the option to say no? Why do you give him the option of saying no? You're already preparing for the no that you're gonna hear. Oh, so you're inventing more reasons. His girlfriend. Yeah. Bex, if you go there, if you decide that this is really what you want to do, make sure you're not spending your money. Get him to pay for it. Hey, Rafaela. Hey, Shwarwa. So Rose, I like it that, look guys, when it's about helping other people, you do give the right answers. It doesn't matter. So Rose answers to back and she says, it doesn't matter what he says, he's only reflecting what you think he will say. But in your case, Rose, because you see your situation different and because you are too attached to your situation, you cannot. So why don't you, Rose, apply the same advice for yourself also? You understand? Come on, guys, you're good in theory. You know the theory. Apply the motherfucking theory. Anytime SP annoys me, I say to myself, he farted in the wind and is gone. Yeah, you farted in the wind. He cannot possibly do anything. Yesterday I saw SP Brothers. Nice. Hey, Duno. Hey, Donna Styles. I want her to be gone, but she says she treats him well, which I have not been manifesting. Well, you haven't been manifesting the circumstance, the exact circumstance per se, but you have been manifesting that he is happy with someone else. Bex, you might be new, but maybe it's time for you to understand that he's not real. She is not real. They are holograms. Hey, Bengal. Hey, Maria de Los Angeles. Olave. I like your name because it gives me a chance to speak my Spanish. He told that SP talks about me all the time. Oh, perfect, nice. I manifested someone back from my past and she was in a relationship. Who cares? You created her in a relationship. Hey, my love's on fire. Ooh, it's a burning desire. I think I know a little Spanish. When I was little in Romania, we had this soap operas that were in Spanish, and I basically learned Spanish from the soap operas. But you would have to talk to me for a little. It's like I need like 10 minutes of Spanish hearing so that I can activate the Spanish in me. Muchas gracias, María. No estoy hablando español muy bien. I think I got it. It's a little confusing with the Greek and all in my head. When I was a teenager, it was so easy. I got everyone I wanted in 3 days. Assume it's the same way. Melissa, say it's the same way. It's the same way. I can do it now even better. Now that I know I'm God, even better. Even easier. I manifested my SP to reject me, so how do I get my SP to love me? I'm not rejectable. Who the fuck would reject me? I'm the prize. I'm the motherfucker best. You're a guy? You're a guy. So, Edson, I'm the best ever. I have the best dick in the whole world. I have a golden dick. I'm the prize. No one would dare leave me. Without me, their life is worthless. That's how you get your SP to love you. I'm her obsession or his obsession. Maybe I should cut the dick thing from the YouTube. My SP has been calling me crazy nowadays. I woke up with this. 6 missed calls today. Perfect, Maria. Can I manifest a good grade even if I didn't study so much? Yes. You can go by, Rafaela, you can go by all the subjects that I'm gonna have are exactly the subjects that I know. All the answers can be logically answered. I'm going to be inspired in answering the exact answers. So the transmission of thoughts is instant? Yes, always. I was blocked for 2 years and she came crawling back? Yes. I was in a good mood, walked past some man, and he said, "Woman, I don't know if it was to me or not." He said, "Sad woman." No, man, it was not for you, Suoro. What do you mean? Add French. Besides, I don't care. Manon, je sais pas français. My mom knows French. She's in love with French. So if I've had negative thoughts until now about me going, can I turn it around now? So I'm going. Oh, fuck, you're so desperate of going, Bex. Doesn't matter. You're going and that's it. Don't micromanage it. Don't think about it, Bex. You're gonna go. It's set in stone. it's due to this week. I put myself on the pedestal, understood finally he has no free will. You see, Maria understood they have no free will. So that's what you're gonna do. So it doesn't matter, Bex, he has no free will. He's gonna have to obey. He's your little servant, your little puppy. So he's gonna call you and he's gonna pay for your flights, Bex. Don't you get obsessed about your SP when you affirm so much for him? Usually you do, yes. Usually you do, Rafaela. Earlier today, I thought about James Spader, the actor. Now I see him in TikTok videos. I didn't search. So this is you to show yourself how you create, Sylvester. Girls, go within, love yourselves. Please convince yourself that you can have anything you want. You're the prize. I applied techniques, affirmations, but without going crazy and not in a needy way. Can I manifest learning the drums without lessons? Look, Magnificent, I manifested driving the car without actually having done any lesson in driving the car. Like, I had no idea how to drive a car. I've never been in a car before. And this was like 10 years ago or maybe more. And I took the car and I drove it for 100 kilometers without having... Well, it was a little illegal, driving without a... Anyways, I'm gonna have to cut this also from the YouTube. But I did know how to drive a car without having to take car lessons. So, yeah, I think you can manifest playing perfect drums without actually having a lesson. It was illegal. It was very legal. I'm gonna have to cut this too. The dick thing and the illegal part. Are you live every day? No, not every day, Raphael. I'm sorry, I have a life. No. A little bit illegal. It was a little much. It was a pretty much, very illegal. My puppy. Well, yes, he is Bex. No, I'm not. So when I'm live, Rafaela, I do share it on my story because many people want to see me live, and I did have requests of people asking me when I'm gonna go live. So I do have like I'm gonna post the story. So make sure you check if I post any story. I will announce the lives before. They are lucky that we choose them among the millions of people of Earth. Yes! I love that. Yes, Issa. Yes, I love it. I'm fine, Nav. How are you? I'm a little illegal and talking about golden dicks. And it would give me work to do and cut the things from the lives. Is it even allowed? Or maybe my life will be restricted to 18 years old. Maybe I won't edit anything and I'll just put it like this. CJ, I was thinking about the golden dick today. What do you mean? And you said it. Do you mean your boyfriend has a golden dick? And if it does, it's just for you. For others, it won't. It gets confusing, the time of live in different countries. Well, usually, guys, look, I only go live 11 o'clock my time, Greece time, which is Athens time, 11 o'clock in the night. And when I do go live on Sundays, it's going to be either like afternoon time or early time. What is about the golden dick? An analogy? No, Mavish, it was an affirmation I gave a guy here. Because he said he wants to manifest his girlfriend or his boyfriend to be with him. And I said, I have the golden dick. That's why I'm always late. Where are you from, Irene Monette? Like, what time difference are we? I'm good, thank you. What do you think about that when someone takes months to manifest and the other 2 days? It doesn't take months to manifest, it's just the unfolding based on your assumptions. It doesn't take months, you can manifest. Everyone can manifest in 1 day, to be honest. There's no difference. So it's what you think. It's not what I think. It's what you think regarding to that person. Do you think that this person can manifest easier or faster? Or do you think that this person can manifest... Oh, my boy is awake. Or do you think that this person is easier to manifest or harder? So it's about you and your assumptions and how much you think that they have the free will. You understand? What did you... I'm in UK, so you're 2 hours ahead. Oh, okay. So 11 o'clock, it's for you, it's 9 o'clock in the evening. Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. So basically mostly 9 o'clock for you, Iran, Monet. I've manifested contacts for my SP, but it took me reaching first for it to happen. If you would have had a little more patience and a little more trust in your power, you shouldn't have lifted a finger, Bex. You understand? If you're a god and you have to do something, then what kind of god are you? To be honest. For how long have I been live? What percentage of the world population knows about this? Some people even forget about this later. What do you mean? What do you mean, Sylvester? About manifestation? How am I supposed to know? How many percentage I assume? In your reality, how many you assume? In my reality, how many I assume? It was 3 months though, I was impatient. I don't understand why it's happening in my life. What is happening in your life now? I want to manifest me irresistible and having my dream body. I'm irresistible. No, I don't have any idea, Sylvester. And it's not like my opinion of the percentage of the population that knows this. It's even, I'm going to make an assumption, so the assumption is going to... So it's whatever I decide. So if I decide that 80% of the population will know this, SP is ghosting me, all things were good, suddenly he stopped talking to me. So if they ghosted you and everything was good, then continuing persisting in the idea that everything is going to be good. All the things were good. It's going to be good, Nav. Decide is going to be good. Trust me. This is the moment when you have to persist. Like, guys, when circumstances are not what you like, this is when you have to persist. Every circumstance is there for a reason, for a purpose. You want your SP more... What do you mean? I was 3 months, though. I was impatient. Yes. Okay, guys. Now, Sometimes it bothers me a lot. Next minute, I feel like I don't care. Well, continue through the idea of not caring. Okay, guys, I love you so much. I'm going to see you. I don't know when I'm going to see you. I'm going to announce when I'm going to see you. Probably on Monday, Tuesday. Probably on Thursday. But just in case, check my story. I'm going to put the link to the live so that you can... Bex, I don't think you're gonna be able to join the live because you're gonna be at your boyfriend visiting him, so you're gonna have to see the live on YouTube, Bex. Congratulations to everyone that has a success story. For all the other, apply, you're a fucking god. Remind me to delete the golden dick from the YouTube. Bye bye, guys.